evening, everyone, and welcome inside the Fort Erie Leisure Plex for game number 6 of the Eastern Conference Final, featuring the Fort Erie Meteors and the St. Catharines Falcons. The Falcons currently lead the series 3-2. Tonight, the Fort Erie Meteors will look to force a Game 7 with a win, and to do so, they'll rely on the top line, which will feature Sam Tonelli. Tonelli, 5 goals in the postseason thus far. He had a 9-game point streak snapped in game number 5. However, he has been terrific when he gets his feet moving. If Tonelli could push the pace, the Fort Erie Meteors should be able to find a way to win. For the St. Catharines Falcons, they won the Sutherland Cup back in 2022 against the Chatham Maroons. A win tonight, and they'll punch their ticket back to the Sutherland Cup final. The Falcons tonight will rely on the top line, which will feature their captain of Cameron Lowe, who also, like Tonelli, has 5 goals in the postseason. Lowe, though, in the last 2 games, has 2 goals and 2 assists, a goal and an assist in each game, and has caught fire since winning that pivotal game in the series last time the Falcons came to Fort Erie. In between the pipes tonight, a goaltending battle which will feature both number 1s. Hayden Jeffrey, the top guy for St. Catharines, of course split time with the Ice Dogs this season, has really caught rhythm now, taking over the net for the Falcons. For the Fort Erie Meteors, John Lloyd, the number 1 guy, no question there. It's been his net all playoff long, and he's been terrific in between the pipes for Fort Erie. His biggest test tonight in front of a sold-out capacity crowd. Game number 6, win or go home for the Meteors. It's next on 519 Sports. Can't get it past Mizzy. Mizzy right at center as the puck just bats a couple of feet forward. Now in again, another odd man rush. 2-on-1 to the far side, into the slot. Great stop, Lloyd. Rebound underneath Lloyd, and a terrific stop. But an odd man rush, nevertheless, the second one in a matter of a couple of minutes for the Falcons. He gives it to the near side, though. Ryan still creeping in on that back door. Up top for Coors. Coors to Jack Ryan now. Both Adamo brothers planted right out front of the goal. The shot, bouncing puck, Tonelli. Oh, and he hit the side of the goal. Jeffrey way out of his net. Great chance for Tonelli coming in. As now they come across, and a big check by Lowe here on the near side takes out Ryan. Fort Erie, a ton of space. Masterson the shot, but he blocked as Duplessis tries to move it up. Masterson on the backhand, near side, the one-timer, and he fires it high. Danny Adamo would have been his 7th of the postseason. A couple of good chances both sides, as now Danny Adamo in the high spot. He tries to spin and get that one on goal. Out front, tipped on goal, Jack Ryan, and a great stop, Jeffrey. But the Falcons sleeping missed Ryan on the doorstep. A good tip from the former junior Canadian. And Gates takes over control as he sends it across, but read well by Thorpe. Thorpe battling Mustafai in the far circle. Pushed in. Now a 2-on-1 Fort Erie. Here comes Jack Ryan. Scores! Jack Ryan! The first goal of Game 6, a 2-on-1. 1-0 Meteors. Over 2,000 strong, and Jack Ryan gets the crowd into it with 8:31 to go in the second period. Battling, and it's a big check, picking up Duplessis. Trying to get that one out front. Penalty coming for Erie here, and he didn't have the puck. It's going to be a penalty for cross-checking, which will send the star of Sam Tonelli to the box with 2:52 to go in the period. It'll go all the way to Cameron Freeze. Freeze to Grenville. Grenville the shot. Loose puck right in the blue paint. Masterson right there. It's still loose. Chips over. They score! Freeze tips it home. We're tied at 1. Fort Erie caught running around in their own end, and it leads to a St. Catharines goal. Chipped by Grenville and tapped home by Freeze, and we're all deadlocked back at 1. Tangled up, tries to find it, not going to get a call. On goal, this one blocked. Big check, Valancourt, and it's rimmed around to the near side. 5 to go in the period. Fort Erie, centering puck, loose puck, mad scramble. They still can't find it, and they go right at Mizzy here as Mizzy came in heavy. And Coley's all tangled up in a headlock. The captain, Cameron Lowe, down. Masterson in there as he wrestles someone to the ground with Coley. And this all starts as Mizzy comes in hard to just push the crowd. And here we go. We got Masterson tangled up by the leg as finally all 4 officials get in there to break it up. And with .8 on the clock, what a way to end the second period. It's all knotted up at 1 in Fort Erie in Game 6. Moves it back quickly behind the goal line. Back to Freeze. That pass at his skates. Up top. Hibbert. Now Freeze. Freeze down low. Duplessis. Doorstep. Loose puck. Scramble. Scores! Duplessis on the power play. And they do it again. Another power play goal. 2-1 St. Catharines. Duplessis just finishes it off strong right in front of the goal. And back-to-back goals for the Falcons. They have their first lead. It's 2-1. Turns it over. That one to the far side, and Duplessis has the right would-be now the game winner. And across the line he comes. Sends it backdoor. Scores! The Falcons on a great feed from Duplessis, and they strike again. It's 3-1 St. Catharines. A big goal, and it's Egremeyer who doubles the lead. 3-1 for the Falcons. Now it's back inside the line for Jack Ryan. Ryan, good pass into the middle. Ryan, one more on his backhand. Turns, fires, and a good stop as Jeffrey is there to save the day. Tonelli takes the shot. That one off the back door. Zimmerman crashing the goal. And once again, Jeffrey knocks the net off. His 3rd or 4th time tonight. As a little push from Zimmerman. And Fort Erie going to get a 10-minute misconduct. Derek Smythe now will head off with 11:43 to go. Jack Ryan to the back door, tipped, and it just goes wide. Now Adamo up top, Tonelli. One more, Coors. Coors through traffic, loose puck, and it's cleared out by St. Catharines. Coors, far side. The dot takes the shot. Rebound right in the crease, trying to whack it home. It's right under everybody. Still a loose puck, and finally the whistle blows. Here comes the extra attacker as Lloyd goes to the bench. 6 on 5. Fort Erie has to keep the puck here. Schmidt at the line, chips that one. St. Catharines will send it to the neutral zone. Masterson at center, Duplessis right on him, and that'll be rimmed around. Duplessis may lead the league in empty net goals. He's got quite a few this season. As a big battle right here at center, won by Tate Donald. Now to the bench. Chipped in, but only as far as the line. This one bounces down, and it's tipped in, and it's 4-1 St. Catharines. They'll score on the empty net off a Meteor player. And with 2:53 to go, it's 4-1 for the St. Catharines Falcons. Chips that one away, and the Falcons have won it in 6 games. The St. Catharines Falcons, the Eastern Conference champions, will head to the Sutherland Cup. What a scene here in Fort Erie. And a big moment as for the first time in GOJHL history, the Falcons will hoist the Tyson Downs Cup as winners of the Eastern Conference. 4-2 over the Fort Erie Meteors. St. Catharines win tonight's game 4-1, the final score, as the championship hats for the Eastern Conference get passed out. Their opponent yet to be determined. Your Tyson Downs Cup champions, who will represent the GOJHL's Eastern Conference. So much emotion right now as everybody gathers. What a season for the Fort Erie Meteors, looking to go back-to-back inside this building and try to win it on home ice and send it back to Game 7. However, they ran into penalty trouble, and it's a 4-1 final for the St. Catharines Falcons, but a season to remember for sure. Of course, to the graduating players, what a terrific season. So many great memories and so much talent still to come from so many bright stars. What an effort right here by the Fort Erie Meteors as they'll gather at the handshake line. As of course, blood, sweat, tears, and pure emotion come out as the St. Catharines Falcons will advance. And they will shake hands with the Fort Erie Meteors, who they eliminate in 6 games. The final tonight is 4-1 as the Falcons, the winners of the Tyson Downs Cup. The Governor's Trophy handed out to the Eastern Conference's most valuable player. And it goes to the captain, Cameron Lowe. What a postseason for 16 in pinstripe red and white. He wears the C proudly on the Falcons uniform. But Cameron Lowe, 5 goals in the postseason, led his team offensively and led the league in points at times through the postseason. And Cameron Lowe will hoist the Governor's Trophy on behalf of the Falcons and himself, of course, as playoff MVP in 2024-2025. He'll put that cup away and have to come hoist the Tyson Downs Cup for the first time and celebrate with 19 of his teammates on the ice here at the Leisure Plex. A huge moment for this franchise. Sutherland Cup champions in 2022 over the Chatham Maroons, and it could be a date with them again. That season cut short, of course, due to COVID, so it was only a 2-0 final back then in the Sutherland Cup champions. But for the first time, the Tyson Downs Cup champions, the St. Catharines Falcons. St. Catharines able to get through. Cam Lowe, the Governor's Trophy recipient, playoff MVP, will hoist the trophy and make the first pass off, and it's to Brendan Grenville. What a season for Grenville, and a postseason as well, as he had terrific numbers. Grenville's 7 goals will hand it off to the veteran Nathan Duplessis. The big man, a big goal tonight. His 7th of the postseason came tonight. And of course, Freeze is next as they pass it amongst some of the best. And he wears an A on his sweater for the St. Catharines Falcons. How about Hayden Jeffrey? You may have seen him with the Niagara Ice Dogs this year. Took down the London Knights to end the losing streak for the Ice Dogs. Was a hometown hero. And now it's William Moore. So much respect for these St. Catharines Falcons. Able to get through the number 8 seed in the first round. Able to get through the number 7 seed in the second round. And it's Galtieri not playing tonight, but a 20-year-old with this team, an assistant captain, will hand it off to Calvin Petrovsky. A Falcon who's been with the team for quite a while, had a big game 4 where he scored a pair of goals, will now hand it off to Dimitrov. The St. Catharines faithful in attendance, sticking around for every single player to touch and hoist the trophy. And what will be a really special moment still to come is Alex Forrest, the 15-year-old local phenomenon who was drafted to the Kitchener Rangers. Also, who will get to list the trophy, a draft pick, Easton Poirier, who did not play tonight. But again, these young, up-and-coming superstars get their start here in the GOJHL. And for a guy like Alex Forrest, who resides in St. Catharines, gets to wear his hometown Falcon crest proudly. This is a big moment, a huge moment for Alex Forrest and his family here tonight. It'll pass around, and of course, Trent Valancourt back with the Falcons again as he hoists it off, as this team will go through the entire cycle. Ali Mustafi up for Rookie of the Year at times this season. Gave Vasily Serov a good run for his money. was terrific. Had a big goal tonight. Dallas Hibbert, big blue liner on the back end, again joins the Falcons this season after a terrific season last year and gets revenge on the Fort Erie Meteors this time. Hibbert, and along with Valancourt, 2 active defensemen back this season for the St. Catharines Falcons, and they get to win it on enemy territory. Lucas Tuin celebrating with everyone, of course, and as I look across, Bilby and the coaching staff still celebrating. And it's interesting to see who passes to who next and who hasn't had it yet. Of course, Sam Moody picked up from the Air Centennials. What in a moment here for the St. Catharines Falcons as they celebrate this historic cup as the first ever Tyson Downs Cup. Of course, Tyson Downs, a player in this league, also a multi-sport athlete, was a part of the Owen Sound Junior Beat North Star program. His family was here tonight to celebrate with the St. Catharines Falcons. Tyson Downs tragically passed away a few years ago, and this is a big moment for his family. And Alex Forrest, you see it there, will hoist his first of, I feel, many cups coming up in this bright youngster's career. The draft pick of the Rangers, of course, will head to training camp and prospect camp coming up. So much talent in 21. He came in and arguably could be the turning point of the series, as when Galtieri came out, Alex Forrest inside the lineup. The St. Catharines Falcons were a perfect 3-0. The backup goaltender, Jacob Saranac, did not have to come into action in the postseason as they hand it off, but the St. Catharines Falcons will celebrate tonight. A big game tomorrow night goes in Chatham, Game 6, as St. Mary's rallied all the way back in that third period to force that Game 6, winning 5-1 at home last night. Now they'll head to Chatham for Game 6, and how about this? Tyler Bilby. He wants a bigger trophy than that, but he'll celebrate the Tyson Downs Cup with the fans. A ton of St. Catharines pinstripe sea of red here tonight. And it's a big moment as they'll hand it off to the entire coaching staff here in Fort Erie. One more time, your 2024-2025 Tyson Down Eastern Conference champions, the St. Catharines Falcons.
I want to give respect to Fort Erie. They're a hell of a team. It was a great series. But yeah, I'm so happy for this group. Like, we went down early 2-1 in the series, but there's no quit. And we're just happy that we got this. And our ultimate goal is to get the Southeast, so that's what we're aiming for.
It's awesome. This team doesn't quit. Being down 2-1 early in that series, we knew that we could make a pushback, and then being down 3-1 in that Game 4, and then coming back to beat them 5-3, just shows the resilience in this group, and I love every single one of them.
It's a special group here. I mean, there's games that in this series that we've come back from behind, and there's nothing much I can say about this team other than I love them so much.
It's just pure joy from everyone right now. We worked hard all season, and this is the reason why. We're not finished yet, and we still want to win the whole entire thing.
I'm just speechless, honestly. Like, we've been talking about this all year, right from the beginning. This was our goal. We're not done yet, obviously, but it starts here, and I couldn't be happier. And, I think it's really special how we can bring a guy like Forrest in the lineup. Like, he's just a baby, really, compared to a lot of these guys, but he's good. Like, I could not be happier to play with him, so it's been great.
Yeah, I'm just so honored that Coach Ty and all the boys here on the Falcons, welcome me into their team. It's not easy to welcome a younger guy, and they did a great job making me feel at home right away. And it's been a blast. We built chemistry, and we do what it takes to win. We block shots. We're good in our D zone, and we just play with a lot of heart and passion.
I don't even know where to start. All I want to say is the fans, to all forwards, all defense, everyone put in the time, effort to get where we are in this moment. all day, all week at practice. Boys just kept going. Even when we were down in the series, everybody doubted us, but we never doubted ourselves, and I think that was just the most important part.
It means so much, man. All these guys, like all year, we work towards this, you know. It's just one step closer to our ultimate goal, and it means so much. It's an amazing feeling. I'm so happy to do it with my D partner and everyone else. Goalie, D, forwards, everything, man. It's amazing.
We just got a great group here. Everyone puts in all the work, every practice, every game, day in and day out. And it's just a great group of guys, and so fortunate to do it with these boys, and it means everything to us.
To beat this team 3 games in a row, it's just the resolve from St. Catharines. Like game 4 down 3-1 in this arena. Haven't won in this arena all year. Found a way to come back and just rolled from there. You know, our penalty kills at the end of the game tonight, it shows me our team's right where it needs to be. They're doing all the things it takes to win and not just talking about wanting to win. First and foremost, our defensemen, like they're a defending group, and so they're never going to get love because they don't show up on the score sheet all the time. But guys like Trent Valancourt and Lucas Tuin, they're so hard to play against, and I want to give those 2 props. Mitch Diemtro, Alex Forrest, Gualteri, all of our guys, Hibbert, our whole core back there was just all world in this round in particular, made Fort Erie work for everything. And then our role guys up front, you know, Petrosky and Agermeyer were unreal in this series. Same with Dylan Atkinson, who unfortunately wasn't playing tonight because of an injury. But, you know, that line plays 22 minutes a night, and they're not here to score goals. They're here to keep pucks out of the net, and they did a real good job of that this series.